Hi, I'm Xochitl Gonzalez, the author of Olga Dies Dreaming. Title of my book, Olga Dies Dreaming, is taken from a Pedro Prieto poem called Puerto Rican Obituary, and it's an epic saga poem that tracks the sort of earliest wave of migrants from Puerto Rico to New York and the struggle to try and fit in as Americans while retaining the values of the island and family in Puerto Rico. So in the poem, Puerto Rican Obituary, there's Juan, Miguel, Olga, Manuel, Milagros, and Olga, and they all die dreaming of different, like, sort of material aspirants. But Olga herself, the heroine, was named after Olga Garriga, who was a Puerto Rican born in Brooklyn, who returns to Puerto Rico to go to university and becomes a rebel for independence. And Olga's dilemma, as she sort of evolves through the book, it's kind of a middle-aged coming-of-age story, is which Olga will she be more like? Is she going to embrace the values of Olga Garriga and eschew materialism, or will she die dreaming of a $5 raise like Olga in the poem? Growing up, we could not afford books, but my grandparents were very adamant that I be a reader. And I learned to read at a public library program for youth literacy. I took out all my first books. The librarians helped me graduate from like simple books to like young YA books with all their recommendations. That's where I learned how to research. It's where I checked out my first V.C. Andrews book. I didn't own a book until college of my own, and I'd managed to go all over the world and all over the country and explore horror with Stephen King and explore like every single thing that Jane Eyre, like every Jane Eyre adventure, like the Little Women. Like I traveled the world through my library and traveled all sorts of fantastical and otherworldly experiences, and it was literally around the corner from my little house in Brooklyn. So the library is a giant part of my life when I think about my childhood.